stars have claimed their places above the thatched eaves, and the world has fallen into a velvet hush. Tonight, the air is thick with the scent of damp earth and night-blooming jasmine, carrying the soft hum of the forest's edge. As we step into the indigo shadows, the garden reveals itself not in colors, but in silhouettes and the warm amber glow of scattered light. It is a time for quiet thoughts and the gentle magic that only wakes when the sun has long since set. The garden reveals its secret heart as I pause at the edge of the lawn, looking across the silvered grass toward the center of the sanctuary. A solitary walnut garden stool sits perfectly still, a dark anchor amidst the shifting shadows of the night. From this distance, it looks like a small altar dedicated to the peace of the midnight hour. The high contrast of the deep indigo sky makes the polished wood appear almost ethereal. An open book lies face down upon it, its pages white as bone in the dark. I stand in the stillness, feeling the vastness of the midnight sky wrapping around the garden like a heavy blanket. Kneeling down upon the cool earth, I find myself tracing the smooth, cool surface of the hand-carved granite stepping stones that mark the way. They feel solid and permanent under my fingertips, a stark contrast to the fleeting dance of the fireflies above. Each stone is polished and pristine, catching the faint reflection of the amber lanterns hanging nearby. The darkness pools in the carvings, creating intricate patterns of light and shadow at my feet. I rest my weight here for a moment, feeling the deep chill of the granite seep into my palms. It is a grounded, quiet sensation that makes the night feel even more vast. Drifting slowly past the cottage walls, I listen to the melodic, hollow ring of porcelain wind chimes swaying in the midnight breeze. The sound is delicate and thin, piercing the heavy silence of the backyard with a crystalline beauty. I wander toward them, watching as they catch the high-contrast light and shimmer against the dark backdrop of the house. Each movement of the air brings a new, soft chord that seems to echo the rhythm of the stars. My fingertips brush against the smooth glaze as I pass, feeling the vibration of their song. The garden feels alive with these tiny porcelain voices. Leaning slightly toward the texture of the edge, my gaze rests upon the intricate patterns of the woven willow hurdle fence. The thin branches are tightly knit, creating a sturdy yet organic wall that keeps the wild woods at bay. In the amber glow of the lanterns, the weave creates long, dramatic shadows that play across the ground. I reach out to touch the smooth, dry bark, feeling the craftsmanship that went into building this rustic border. It feels like a protective embrace, shielding this tiny paradise from the vast indigo darkness outside. The fireflies blink in and out of the gaps in the wood, like tiny stars caught in a net. Turning toward the far corner of the property, I pause at a distance to admire the towering presence of the red maple canopy. The leaves are so dark they appear black against the deep indigo of the midnight firmament. From here, the tree looks like a great umbrella of shadow, protecting the delicate blooms nestled beneath its reach. The high contrast of the lantern light from the cottage windows catches only the very edges of the lowest branches. It is a majestic sight, a silent guardian that has watched over many such nights. I feel small but safe under its wide, silent expanse. I lower myself to a crouch near the porch, observing how the light pools on the polished limestone pavers. The stones are impeccably clean, their surfaces reflecting the amber lanterns like still water in a dark pond. I run my hand over the cool, flat stone, feeling the precision of the masonry under my touch. There is a sense of order here that calms the mind, a solid path laid out through the mysteries of the dark. The contrast between the bright stone and the pitch-black earth beside it is striking and beautiful. I stay here for a moment, simply enjoying the tactile reality of the garden's foundation. Walking slowly toward the heart of the lawn, I find myself drawn to the sage green painted timber gazebo. Its color is muted in the night, transformed into a soft, ghostly teal that stands out against the dark greenery. I step inside the structure, feeling the solid wood floor beneath my feet and the scent of paint and pine in the air. The open sides allow the midnight breeze to flow through, carrying the distant scent of rain and damp grass. I lean against one of the pillars, looking out at the indigo world from this sheltered vantage point. It is a place of absolute stillness, a room without walls in the middle of the night. And focus my eyes on the rich texture of the velvet throw blankets draped over a seat. The fabric is heavy and soft, catching the amber light in its deep folds and creating a glow that looks almost liquid. I reach out to feel the plush pile, the warmth of the material a welcome comfort against the cool night air. It feels like the ultimate luxury, a soft sanctuary designed for long hours of stargazing and dreaming. The deep indigo shadows around the chair make the velvet seem to hum with a secret, cozy energy. I watch the way the light dances on the fabric, feeling a deep sense of contentment. Stepping further back into the shadows, I catch a glimpse of the cast iron trellis standing tall against the cottage wall. From this far-off perspective, its intricate scrolls look like iron lace pinned against the dark stone. The amber light from a nearby lantern highlights the vertical lines, making it appear as though it is reaching for the stars themselves. It stands silent and strong, a framework for the sleeping vines that will wake with the morning sun. The darkness around it is absolute, making the ironwork seem to float in the indigo void. I admire its steady, unyielding presence from across the quiet garden. I kneel on the basalt slab porch, feeling the immense weight and density of the dark stone beneath me. It is cool to the touch, a massive piece of the earth brought here to serve as a threshold between the home and the wild. The high contrast of the night makes the edges of the slab look sharp and clean, a testament to the garden's pristine care. I trace the subtle grain of the stone, finding comfort in its cold, unwavering strength. Above me, the amber lanterns flicker slightly, casting long, wavering shadows across the basalt surface. It is a heavy, silent place to rest before continuing the journey. Wandering slowly toward the porch, I step toward the reclaimed oak porch swing hanging in the shadows. The wood is thick and sturdy, creaking softly with a rhythmic sound that mimics a heartbeat in the silence. I place a hand on the armrest, feeling the smooth, weather-worn grain of the oak under my palm. It sways slightly under my touch, a gentle invitation to sit and let the world drift away for a while. The dark indigo sky frames the swing, making the amber light from the window seem even warmer. I stand by its side, watching it move back and forth in the quiet midnight air. My gaze rests upon the wrought iron tea tray sitting on a small table, its surface dark and reflective in the lamplight. I lean toward the texture of the metal, noticing the fine craftsmanship in the hammered edges and the delicate handles. The tray holds the remains of a midnight tea, the porcelain cup casting a long, soft shadow across the iron. The contrast between the hard metal and the delicate steam still rising from the cup is beautiful and fleeting. I watch the way the amber light glints off the rim of the tray, a tiny spark of warmth in the vast indigo night. Everything here feels intentional and cared for. Pausing at the edge of the terrace, I look across the wide expanse of the flagstone terrace, seeing how the stones fit together like a giant, dark puzzle. In the wide view, the terrace looks like a clean, open stage set for the performance of the stars. The high contrast lighting from the cottage eaves spills across the stone, highlighting the natural textures and the clean, pressure-washed gaps between them. It is a vast, peaceful space that feels both grand and intimate at the same time. I stand at the periphery, feeling the openness of the garden as it breathes under the midnight sky. I kneel on the soft grass near the glazed ceramic birdbath, looking at the dark circle of water held within its bowl. The surface is like a black mirror, reflecting the tiny pinpricks of the stars and the warm amber glow of the house. I reach out to touch the smooth, cool glaze of the ceramic, feeling the slickness of the finish under my fingers. It is a quiet, sensory moment, listening to the absolute silence of the water in the heart of the night. The high contrast of the darkness makes the ceramic appear to glow with its own inner light. I stay very still, watching a single firefly hover over the water's surface. Stepping toward the ivy-covered pergola, I drift past the heavy wooden pillars that support the weight of the sleeping vines. The scent of the ivy is green and sharp, mixing with the cool night air to create a refreshing perfume. I walk slowly through the tunnel of leaves, feeling the dappled light of the lanterns filtering through the foliage above. Each step is quiet, cushioned by the stillness of the night as I move through this living architecture. The indigo sky is visible through the gaps in the wood, a constant reminder of the world beyond this leafy sanctuary. I feel like I am walking through a dream. I lean slightly toward the pine Adirondack lounger, watching the way the amber light catches the golden hues of the wood. The chair looks wide and inviting, a perfect cradle for a tired body in the middle of the night. I reach out to touch the flat, wide armrest, feeling the slight roughness of the pine grain and the lingering scent of resin. The chair is positioned perfectly to face the cottage, offering a view of the warm windows and the safety of home. In the indigo darkness, the chair seems to glow, a beacon of rest in the quiet garden. I watch the stillness of the wood, feeling the peace of the space. From a distance, I catch a glimpse of the brick garden wall, its weathered red surface turned to a deep, dark plum in the midnight light. It stands as a solid, unmoving boundary, marking the edge of this private world with a sense of history and strength. The wide view shows the wall stretching into the darkness, disappearing into the shadows of the tall trees beyond. The amber light from the cottage just barely reaches its surface, highlighting the texture of the mortar and the individual bricks. It feels like an ancient protector, keeping the garden safe and secret under the watchful eye of the moon. I kneel on the threshold of the sandstone archway, tracing the soft, sandy texture of the stone with my fingers. The arch feels warm and porous, even in the cool of the night, as if it has held onto the sun's energy just for me. The high contrast of the lanterns makes the shadows in the stone's grain look like deep canyons. I rest my forehead against the cool surface for a second, breathing in the scent of dry stone and clean air. This is the transition point, the place where the garden begins and the rest of the world fades away into the indigo night. Wandering slowly toward the patio, I brush my fingertips against the mahogany bistro set tucked into a quiet corner. The wood is dark and rich, its deep red tones almost lost in the indigo shadows of the night. I step toward the small table, seeing a single teacup resting there, its steam rising in a thin, white curl into the cold air. The set feels like a private world for two, a place for whispered conversations and shared secrets under the stars. The amber light from a nearby lantern makes the wood shimmer, giving it a life of its own in the stillness. I feel the intimacy of the space wrapping around me. My gaze rests upon the brass watering can sitting on a low ledge, its metallic surface gleaming with a fierce, amber light. I lean toward the texture of the brass, watching my own distorted reflection in the polished side of the vessel. The contrast between the bright, golden metal and the surrounding indigo darkness is sharp and beautiful. I reach out to touch the cool, smooth handle, feeling the weight and the utility of this simple garden tool. Even at night, it stands ready, a silent promise of the care that will return with the morning sun. For now, it simply glows, a small sun in the midnight garden. Pausing at the edge of the path, I look across at the potted cypress privacy screen, its tall, slender forms standing like dark sentinels against the fence. In the wide view, they create a dense wall of greenery that feels impenetrable and safe. The amber light from the lanterns catches only the tips of the needles, making them look like frosted silver against the indigo sky. They sway ever so slightly in the breeze, a movement so subtle it is almost felt rather than seen. The garden feels completely secluded here, a hidden room carved out of the night. I feel a deep sense of privacy and peace. Turning toward the final stretch of our journey, I kneel on the polished limestone pavers one last time, feeling the smoothness of the journey's end. The stones are bright and clean, leading the way back toward the warm, welcoming glow of the cottage windows. I trace the line of a stone, feeling the care and the love that has been poured into every inch of this garden. The indigo night is still and silent, but the garden feels full of life, a sanctuary that never truly sleeps. I look up at the amber lanterns, their light a soft blessing on the path. You are home now and you can rest in this garden forever.